In this video, I am sharing with you how I did my weekly planning following the quarterly planning and then monthly planning. In this video, I will be dating my weekly plan pages for July, August, and September. After that, I will be planning the first 2 weeks of July. Okay, let's get started and I will show you what I did. Now I am going through all of the weeks and dating them from July 1st all the way to September 30th. One thing that helps is having my Google Calendar open and in front of me. It helps me to stay on track both with the dates and with the events that are coming up. Okay, so this part I definitely do not normally do pre-date my weekly pages. I usually handle it week by week. Occasionally I will date 2 weeks ahead or a month ahead, but never this far. I just want to get as much done as I possibly can for right now. My plan here is to date all the weeks to the end of September, then I will plan the first 2 weeks of July. When I reach the last week of September, I left those off. I will add them to the first week of October. So a lot of this video is sped up, as you can see. I just kind of wanted you to see how everything goes together, and from the beginning of planning the monthly pages all the way through to the end, and just to give you a good look at it. And since it's so unusual for me to plan so many months at a time, I also wanted to share that with you as well. For the record, I have considered offering dated pages in my shop. That's kind of how the monthly pages evolved. I actually originally had those as with no months on them, and you just printed as many as you needed and then put the months on yourself. If there is interest, I would definitely gladly offer those in my shop. Okay, so here's how I personally handle pages when you're planning weekly pages and you have to make a decision. How do you divide up the months? What do you do with the pages as far as, do you put in a new page for the previous month? The question is, what do you do when you're switching from one month to the next? Okay, so this is how I handle that situation. If the first happens on Monday through Wednesday, I usually just leave it and it goes with like the next month. So in this case, we're going from September to October. So I'll put this 2 September days with the October days, and then those 2 days will just go with October, and that's totally fine. If the first had happened like Thursday through Sunday, then I would have just let those 2 pages go with the outgoing month, which would be September in this case. And so that's how I handle it. I just kind of like just keeping it flowing, and I would really prefer to just take everything completely with the month, like all of the pages and that belong to September to go with September. But I really like having my week where I can see all of my week at once, regardless of the number of the day. And I like to keep those things together, because sometimes something will happen at the beginning of the week that affects the end of the week, and I like to be able to see that. As we are moving into the weekly planning, this is my favorite part and the part that takes the longest. So here I am planning the first week of July. As you can see at the top of the page, this is what I was talking about a minute ago, where I'm letting the last 2 days of June go with the first few days of July. That method works out really well for me. This is just a good example where you can clearly see that. So I really like how the washi at the bottom of the page with like 2 pieces of washi turned out. I think that looked really cute. I'm really just trying to get my thoughts in order on how I want to plan this week and the things that I want to get done. Okay, so for Independence Day, I took my mild liner, the red one, and I just made some stripes on the page, just kind of scratchy type of stripes. I put a piece of washi over the top of it to kind of mute it a little so I would be able to write over the top of it, and then added the star, and I think it turned out pretty cute. I wanted to get Independence Day marked first since it's the biggest thing happening this week. Now I'm marking out my layout. I'm drawing out the lines for the list, the bottom of the pages. In a moment here, I will mark out the morning, afternoon, and evening blocks and in the upper section of the pages. I have been using this layout for a little while now, and I'm pretty happy with the way it has been working for me. Okay, so now I'm moving into the stickers, and I just pull them out one by one and start placing them on the page. This has been a huge help. These are custom stickers that I had made, and it makes a big difference. I think it looks a little bit cleaner on the page. It just also kind of just guides me and reminds me of what I wanted on my pages. As you can see, some of the pages are a little empty looking, and that's a very good thing. I am planning on just kind of letting them run out, and then I probably will get some new stickers and for like planning for 2021. That's a little ways off, but I still have a few stickers to go through, and I kind of am really already starting to think about what I want in my planner for next year. I can just move right on into setting up my focus items at the top of each column. Each day I have something that is my main event, task, or focus for that day. Okay, so in the gray section underneath the date, I like to put whatever it is that I'm focusing on for the day. Tuesday, it will be household chores. Wednesday will be errands. Monday is e-lists. Thursday is planning. And Friday is just kind of a miscellaneous day. So this is my new way of tracking my workouts. I actually have an app where I enter all the details about my workouts, but I like to see on my planning pages that I've actually done it. So I will just come in here and just keep little check marks. I do it that way because some days I might work out 2 times, with the girls, and then other days I don't work out at all. But I like seeing that if I've worked out, I like to see it 3 to 5 times throughout the week. If I can get that in, then I feel like that's pretty good. The cleaning list is pretty much the same each week. The 2 spaces at the bottom, I change up. One week we might focus on the bathrooms. Another week we might focus on the living room. I like to have a couple spaces down at the bottom to just put whatever we're thinking needs attention that week. Okay, so here I am just finishing out the pages. I'm adding things to this week. This is usually endless list stuff unless there's something that needs my attention, personally, but pretty much it's usually endless list stuff. Under Friday, I have next week, and those are usually endless list stuff and occasionally personal stuff. So as I'm writing in these tasks, I'm trying to make sure that I write them in the appropriate blocks so that when I glance at my calendar later on, I'll know that it's something that I need to get done in the morning or the afternoon or the evening. I think the only thing on this page that is at a scheduled time is picking up the groceries, and that's because it's Walmart grocery pickup. I'm adding a couple of other things as I think of them that I don't want to forget, and that is pretty much it. So this week is done, ready to go, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Okay, so now here I am moving into the second week of July. I'm moving a little bit quicker and just kind of wanting to get this done, and I'm more focused than I was when I started the first week, and that's all a good thing. And I'm basically just doing the same steps that I did on the first week, just repeating all of that and getting that week planned out. So the second week of July, there's not really anything going on. We don't have any events of any kind. I always call these clean weeks. I started saying that in reference to school because we had so many weeks where there was some kind of activity, just something going on. I realized a long time ago that we hardly ever have clean weeks where it's just like there's no activities, no events, nothing, and it's just wide open for us to do whatever we want to. So when those happen, I like to pay attention to those and make the most use of them. Well, of course, these days with the virus stuff going on, we have tons of clean weeks now, which is, it is what it is. So this is a clean week. 4th of July is behind us, and this week I can start focusing on some decluttering and just getting some endless list stuff done. So I'm super excited about that, to just have a nice open space. Okay, so here again, I'm drawing in my layout and then blocking out my morning, afternoon, and evening. And then I'm also adding my focus for each day at the top of the page in the gray section. Of all the pieces that I put on these 2 pages, the part that I feel the most solid about is Tuesday, because it's the same thing every week and I can count on it. I just feel really, really good about the plan. Once I'm done with Tuesday, it feels great because then I move into Wednesday and the house is clean and I can focus on either running errands or working on endless list stuff. Either way, it's a good thing. This little addition to my planning has been a huge help. At the top, I have my focus for the day, like planning or household chores. And in this space here, I'm focusing on endless lists. And a lot of YouTubers use the technique of they like batching things, like they'll do all their editing on one day, all their filming on another day, social media on another day. And I didn't do that before. I used to just do what I needed to do when I needed to do it. It's not the same every week. Like with my focus tasks at the top, Tuesday I always am cleaning, and Thursday I'm always planning, and they pretty much stay the same. But with my endless list tasks, there's a lot going on, and sometimes I'm working on videos, sometimes I'm working on printables, but I have this list that I work from. Those are the categories that I pick from, and then I kind of take a peek at my top 10 list and I think about what is the most important thing to be done this week, and then I kind of plan out what group I'm going to work on each day. So editing, filming, printables, cleaning up the shop, and then I just each day I focus on that one thing and try and get it as much of it done as I possibly can. And then the next day I move on to something else. The only day that is not exactly true is Tuesday. Tuesday I just try and get anything done that I possibly can. A lot of time it's editing from the day before, or I'll work on a little bit of social media. Tuesday I try and keep it light, but the rest of the days I feel a lot more productive since I set up this system. It's easier for me to get back on my feet when I get derailed. These little stickers that I'm adding, I got these from Planner Spot. I've started using them to mark the new moon and the full moon, and so that's what I'm doing here. And I went ahead and did that for the rest of the 3 months just to make sure I got that task done. Okay, so these cute little stickers were a freebie from Planner Kate. I've already used one, and they just are so cute and so fun. They just add a little bit of something to my weekly pages, and I really love them a lot. So that's what I'm doing here, is just picking out a sticker that kind of closely matches what's going on with me in the week. And I don't know, I just really like them. There's a little fun little something to the page without being distracting. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. That's how I do my planning. I'm still kind of working the kinks out of the quarterly planning, and then I guess that spills over into the monthly and weekly planning. I hope to have like some kind of a little cheat sheet for myself, or some little list to follow when I do my planning by the end of the year. I'm just trying to kind of figure it out. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.